It's not that you're not enough. You are absolutely enough. The problem with you is that you don't trust yourself. And not only that, you don't show up for yourself. If you don't show up for yourself, you will always feel like you're not enough, like you're not going to reach your goals, like you're lost, and like you're not ahead of the game and everybody's ahead of you. If you feel that way, it's probably because you're not giving yourself the attention that you need. You're not giving yourself the study that you need for yourself. You have to trust yourself. If you say you're going to do something, then follow up. Any promise that you do to yourself that you follow up with is a vote for the person, for the type of person that you're trying to become. Literally, every time you promise something to yourself and you do it, it's a vote for the type of person that you're trying to become. And you need to be aware of this because you want to be a certain type of person, right? You want to be the person that reaches their goals, that has a good attitude, that loves themselves, that surrounds themselves with the right people. If you want to do all of that, you need to do things for yourself first. I know it sounds cliche. Everybody's going to do this and tell you this, and it's totally fine. It's fine to listen to the same thing over and over because repetition is what's going to take you where you want to be. You have to do repetition over the good habits that you have. You have to do repetition over the books that you want to read. I read so many books for the past 5 years. And guess what? One of them, I read it 5 times. Almost every year, I read the same book over and over because a lot of people can read one book and they're like, oh, this is so amazing, such a good book. I'm going to try to follow up. And then little by little, you start forgetting because you didn't reinforce what the teaching was. I'm talking about the book, The Four Agreements. I know. I have heard so many things about this book, but for me, it's a book that changed my life. I come from a place where I lived a lot of abuse. There was a lot of negativity, distrust, betrayal, aggression, and even criminality. People would say things to me very hurtful. And without knowing, like when you grow up without knowing much, not knowing better, when you grow up not knowing better, you don't think about these things. You don't think that their words from people that you trust or people that you care about will hurt you this much. When people will say to me something like, you're not good enough, or like, stop trying because you're always going to be the same way, or things like that, things that wouldn't really like make me grow or make me think, they just keep you in a box and they just like try to push you down and not letting you shine for yourself. So when I read this book, it opened my mind and I was like, whoa, I didn't know that I could be so impeccable with my words and that I could even let go of the negative words that people have told me. Because I think that because of so many words that I have heard towards me, that shaped a lot my life because you become what you think about. So I was thinking all the time, there was a side of me that was like always like this good side of me that would tell me, you were born for something better, you're going to be okay, this is not meant for you, just learn from here. And then there will be this side that will believe anything that the negative people will tell me, you're not good enough, stop trying, um you belong here, or like really really negative things that I felt like they took me to like the darkest places of my life because of what I was thinking. Because I had such a bad relationship with myself. I had a bad relationship with money. I had a bad relationship with my habits. I had a bad relationship with people. All of this because I was listening to the wrong mindset, to the wrong voices. When I read this book, I was like, not only I can be impeccable with the words that I say to others, I can also be impeccable with the words I say to myself. And not only to myself, the words that I choose to think every day. A lot of people don't notice what they're thinking every day. What are you thinking every single day? You might not even know that you're thinking the same thing over and over and over. And you might not even know that you can change this, that you can think differently, that you can ask yourself the right questions. You can ask yourself really good questions like, how do I see myself in 12 years? How do I see myself, like what is the skill that I have that is really good, that it will be better than anyone? You can ask yourself the right questions and it would change your life too. And if you use like the right words for yourself too, like you tell yourself how good you are, how enough you are, you congratulate yourself, you celebrate, and you trust yourself, it will shape your life forever. And so this book also tells you that you have like a land in your brain, in your mind. It's an empty, huge, infinite land, and you can plant whatever you want, right? A lot of people can come and plant seeds, and you have to take care of this because this is like the birds that come throughout the seasons, the deers that come and want to eat your fruits. You have to protect this. Not only now that we live in a digital world where there's videos like this one too, there's videos that say negative things. I have to block literally ads and commercials. I was done. I was like, why does it bother me so much that I have commercials? Some commercial will say things like, if you had a car accident, if you get into a car accident, over and over and over. And I'm like, hey, stop it. I do not want to attract this car accident. I don't want to hear this. I don't want this in my brain. I don't want this to be something that I just, this comes all to my subconscious. It's I know it's something online now, it's all digital, but it's like walking by a street and somebody comes and just tells you you're walking on the street because we're all human, and what is happening on social media is literally what happened in social places. When you go to high school, when you go to a place, everything that is happening online, like the YouTube is like TV, a podcast is like a radio, everything is connected. So what you hear, everything goes to your subconscious. If you're hearing a very toxic person, your partner, your family, or a friend, or literally the podcast, the radio, if you're hearing negative things, you're programming your brain for negative things. So instead of literally giving those seeds water, cut them from root and start like reprogramming. Plant the good things in your brain. Do not plant the negative. And when you hear something, reframe it. I blocked those out, those ads, and I was like, I don't want to deal with this. So do not show me this anymore. And then I fight with my brain sometimes. Well, I fight with my mind sometimes, and I tell myself, do not think that way, Tammy. That's not true. It's not true that you're not good enough. You are good enough. Look how far you've come. And then I tell myself all the good things that I've done. Like you learn another language. You live in a different country. You're reading these many books. You care about yourself. Look at the habits you used to have 5 years ago and look at the habits that you have today. That's something to be proud of. And so I tell myself these things all the time, and I try to surround myself with the right people too. It's a hard thing because sometimes you get a little bit attached with somebody that doesn't show you their true selves, and it's hard then to be like, oh, okay, you used to not bring this up to the relationship, and now this is becoming normal, and now I'm getting this gut feeling that I'm not having a good time with you. It's okay to say no. It's okay to be like, this is not a friendship that I want to have. I want to focus on myself, and it's totally fine to do that. Something else that I learned from this book that it saved me so much. It saved me time. It saved me energy. It saved me overthinking things. Is taking things personal. Oh my God, I used to take everything personal. And instead of taking things personal, we just communicate. Communication has saved my life too. It saved me so many arguments. And at the beginning, I used to take everything personal, even like the bad attitude of a lady at a restaurant. I would take personal cashiers' attitudes as well. And now it's like, it must be hard what you're going through, but it's not my fault. And I just let go. And guess what? I saved myself so much energy by not connecting with that. So not taking things personal, like I want to say so many things about this of how much it changed my life. Literally, I don't take personal the bad comments. I don't take personal the good comments. I just pick what is like good for me and what I'm like, is this something that I want to believe? Is this something that is true? I look for facts. Something that happened when I went back to Argentina is that I grew up with a brother that sometimes tends to be a little bit stubborn, but he's a really good brother. He's my older brother, and he will say, "Oh no, this is how you say this," and I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure that's not how you say that." And he's like, "Well, look at it," and I'm like, "Okay, of course I'm going to look at it." I googled the word, and I was like, when you say this is exactly how you say it. I was right. And him and I sometimes we will argue over things because he just wants to think that people will say, "Oh yeah, you're right about things." And so I was like, "No, I'm going to Google and make sure that what I'm saying is the right thing." And literally 2 minutes later, because he knows me and I'm not someone that holds resentment or that is looking for like, I'm better than you, or like I win the argument. I want to be right. I'm not someone like that. I don't care. He goes like, I love that you do that, Tammy. I love that you do that because not everybody does that. You research it and you make sure that what you were saying was right and that you didn't just believe what I was saying that it was right. So I really admire that about you. And I was like, this is so sweet. And I love words of affirmation that come from like sincerity, honesty, and love. And so that's one of the things that helped me so much, not taking things personal. And then like doing not assuming that something's going on. Something that helped me so much is not assuming that my husband is thinking certain things a certain way, or that he knows exactly what I need. I don't do that. I communicate everything now with everybody, and I don't assume that somebody's mad at me or that somebody else's problem and bad attitude is my fault, because I used to do that. I would take fault for everything. Oh, you're feeling bad? It's probably my fault. Oh, you're doing this? Oh, it's probably my fault. Oh, that broke? It's probably my fault. And I'm like, what is going on with me? Why am I taking all of this? You don't have to take on that energy. Just let go and be like, be focused on yourself, and then you will notice you haven't done anything wrong. And if you did something wrong, it's probably for yourself. And just like take ownership. Taking responsibility for yourself can change your life. And you are aware of the things that you're doing, what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Learning from your mistakes is the best thing that you can do. Thomas Edison failed more than 10,000 times before he was able to make the light bulb. The saved us. They literally made this generation so much easier on things. We have it so easy now. So we have no excuses to become better. I understand we are more separate than ever. A lot of people feel lonely. I understand that. I go through that too. My whole family lives very far away from me, but I learned to connect with myself so much because of being on my own. And I was very sociable, very extroverted my whole life. And I never had that lonely time. And what's funny is that I literally asked for this. I said, I want to have more alone time. And it happens. Everything you ask for in a loud voice, talking about like positive words. Don't ever say something about yourself negative. Like, yeah, my hair always gets very messed up. No, I always say, I love my hair. My hair is so beautiful. I really take care of my hair, and things like that about yourself. Don't say those things like, oh yeah, no, I'm such a whatever negative. If you say those things about yourself, that's what you're going to become and that's what you're going to project. But that's something that you can change today if you want to. And then just do your best. Do your best on anything. If anybody tells you like, oh, can you clean this place? Yes, I will do my best. Or like, can you do this? Can you do that? I will do my best. And same for you. I'm doing my best. Instead of beating yourself up and being like, oh, you didn't do this. How come you're not rich already? How come you haven't done the things that you have to do? Hey, I'm doing my best. That's what you have to say to yourself. Reframe yourself and it will change everything for you. But that's all I wanted to share in this video. I hope that you really like the video. I invite you to subscribe to see more content. Leave a thumbs up and I will wait for you on the next video. Bye.